As many of you guys know, with bigger tires and offset wheels, you end up with a plastering of mess down the side of your truck. Now, the nice thing is, if you can stick with stock offset and fit the tires that you want to fit, you can minimize the mess down the side of your vehicle. Now, unfortunately, I got into a sloppy mess in a construction zone, having to bypass an area that I was going, and more or less the wheel wells handled it with this package. There's no doubt that you're going to have a little bit of mud accumulation in some parts of the truck running this setup, but it's really not as bad as it could be. So now we're going to give it a nice little cleaning so that it's back to normal. I try and keep this truck as nice as I can, and you can do a lot to protect the long-term investment of your vehicle by keeping it clean and giving it a regular wash. Let's do it. All right, we are dripping wet and we are clean, and this is her good side. Something you guys don't know is that side of the truck, the hood, the A-pillar right there, and the fender actually had to be replaced and repainted, as well as the driver door, because my dad had a limb that was literally this big around fall from a tree, and it just barely hit the side of his truck, and it literally made it look really ugly. So that's why we have Cummins badge and Ram 2500 heavy-duty badge over here and the American flag, but not on the other side. We will be remedying that. Should we badge delete? Should we do blacked out badges, or should we leave it incognito on the one side but have it on the other side? I don't know. Maybe we just put an inverse American flag on the other side too to make it pure. I'm not sure. But So we are clean, and there's nothing we're going to do about this because I'm going to warn everyone. The reason why I don't run fender flares is the problem with them is, number one, they hold in moisture and they hold in mud, they hold in ice, and they also rub and vibrate against the truck. And so that's a double-edged sword. When they rub and vibrate, they tear the paint off. You get down through the undercoating, and then eventually you're going to rust right through your panel. And because this being still a steel body truck, that's going to be a huge, and it's a shipping crate, it's a Dodge, so that's going to be a relevant issue, which we're going to have to avoid. And we're avoiding that by not having a ridiculously wide offset or running really, really big tires. This combination both looks good, it's going to function excellent. And in terms of destroying the whole side of the truck, and as you noticed, all the mess was kind of kept down low. What we don't want to have on a long road trip is our mirror and our windows being covered in mud and whatnot, which is super common with big old aftermarket wheels and tires. And that's something we're going to avoid. So I'm going to close out this cleaning thing by just giving you guys a little bit of a recommendation. It is amazing to me how much body lines and things, bumpers up underneath the frame by the radius arms, in the door seams, and especially back here. And if your vehicle has any chrome trim or any kind of accenting trim, it is ridiculous how much mud and grime gets held behind that stuff. So make sure you clean it regularly, because if you have a different color fascia right here, let's say on that body line, and it's getting full of nastiness behind it, it will definitely rot out that bottom end of your bedside and whatnot, and your bumper. A lot of times your throw from your mud and whatever gets all up in here in the road salt and grime and whatever, and it'll rust out the back of your bumper. Make sure you clean your back bumper. Yes, this one has a dent. We've talked about that a little bit. I asked for you guys a recommendation. I haven't heard too many. Do you want me to fab up a rear bumper on my own? Do you want me to buy a production bumper so it's keeping it more of a easy to accomplish, not having to fabricate yourself build? Let me know what you guys think about that, because the bumper does need to get either fixed or replaced. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to look at using a porta power and pushing out the dent for now to see where we're at. Let me know what you guys want to see on that, but make sure you keep your seams clean, and that goes for you and it goes for your vehicle. So on that note, we will talk to you guys later. Have a great day, and keep the rubber side down.